Today marks a dramatic turn in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, as the court shifted its proceedings to the DSS headquarters in Abuja to inspect physical evidences tied to Radio Biafra. With a transmitter, shipping container, and explosive new video now admitted in the court, the Nigerian government is escalating its case from words to hardware. But then, what does this mean for justice, due process, and the political future of Biafra's most controversial figure? Key developments: relocation of proceedings to DSS headquarters. That is number one. Justice James Omotosho approved the prosecution's request to move today's hearing into the Department of State Service facility in Abuja. These shifts allow the court to physically inspect the alleged Radio Biafra transmitter and the shipping container in which it was transported. Secondly is the admittance of critical exhibits. The 20-foot container has been tendered as exbit PWY and the radio transmitter as exhibit PWZ. A certified copy of search warrant dated October 28, 2015 from an Ihiala magistrate court was also admitted. A video recording showing Kanu inspecting the transmitter, referring to it as a monster, also a weapon for Biafra, was screened in court and also admitted. Thirdly, prosecution's narrative. A DSS agent identified as PW4DDD emphasized that Kanu used the transmitter to spread secessionist messages, incite violence, and enforce the IPOB sit-at-home order. So what does this mean? This development dramatically intensified the prosecution's case by introducing tangible hardware allegedly used for Radio Biafra broadcasts tied to incitement and some other agitation activities. The inspection of physical evidence on site adds weight to the argument that Kanu orchestrated or directed the operation to transmit content aimed to mobilizing IPOB supporters. Still, critics might question, why was this equipment held for nearly a decade before being admitted into court? Secondly, was it actively used in the period leading to Kanu's rearrest in 2021? These are some of the questions that critics may actually pull off there. What could this mean going forward? First, increased pressure on defense. The defense must now provide a strong counter-narrative. They might argue the equipment has no forensic link to Kanu or that his quotes were taken out of context. This he has a right to say. Secondly, international scrutiny may also arise again, especially regarding trial transparency and the change of the venue. Thirdly, the Nigerian state seems to focus on proving operational command, not just ideological influence. What is the bottom line of this case? This particular update signals a pivotal moment in the trial, from abstract accusation to physical operational evidence. If uncontested, it could mark a turning point toward conviction. However, it also raises fresh questions of legal process, political bias, and fair trial standards, especially in a case with such national and international attention. On that note, as the courtroom moves behind closed doors and physical evidence takes center stage, one thing is very clear: this trial is actually entering uncharted territory. Whether it leads to justice or deepens division remains to be seen. As the evidence piles up and emotions rises, the question isn't just about guilty or innocence. It's about what kind of nation Nigeria wants to be. The world is watching, and so we are. Thank you for watching. So, as always, court has adjourned the trial of Nnamdi Kanu to 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025, in line with the outlined dates for continued hearing.